Thanks, Karine. On the Alabama IVF ruling, how concerned should American families be that this could spread to other conservative states? And does this president need to do more than simply calling for the codification of Roe versus Wade? Does he need to go further here, since this does deal with a separate issue?
And I hear your question here. Yeah, they should be concerned. They should be concerned. On your first part of your question, they should be concerned that this could spread in other states. This is the chaos that has come out of the Dobbs decision. This is the chaos that has come out of getting rid of Roe, which was the law of the land for almost 50 years. And so, look, what needs to happen, I mean, the way that we fix this, or the way that we get to a place where women feel protected, where women can make decisions on their own body, where families can make a decision on how to move forward in growing their family or starting a family, is to get Roe v. Wade needs to be the law of the land. That's the fix. That's what needs to happen, and that is the best way to move forward here.
And on the border deal, the president had earlier said that he was out of options when it comes to executive actions. Does the fact that he's considering other actions mean that there was more he could have done earlier? So what changed?
I'm going to be very clear. The bottom line, the only way we could move forward in a effective, more comprehensive way was to move forward with the bipartisan legislation that came out of the Senate. That was the way that we believe would have been one of the toughest, one of the fairest bipartisan border security bills that we have seen in decades. It would have dealt with giving resources that's needed at the border. It would have dealt with dealing with policy issues that relates to immigration, and that's the way we should have moved forward. A couple of things that it would have done: establish a more efficient process for asylum claims with consequences for those who do not have a legal basis to remain in the United States, provide more resources to secure the border and process claims, border patrol agents, law enforcement personnel, and detection technology to combat fentanyl trafficking, asylum officers and immigration judges, make our country safer, our border more secure, while treating people fairly and humanely, consistent with our values as a nation. Republicans rejected this bipartisan agreement that came out of the Senate. That's something that the president worked with in a bipartisan way, obviously with Republicans and Democrats in the Senate for months. They rejected that. And we believe that is the direction, that is the bottom line for us. That's the way we should have moved forward. I don't have anything to announce or any decisions that's been made.
Yeah. Roe versus Wade versus trying to protect women's rights to IVF treatment, they are two separate things. So is the administration looking at protections for the latter?
Look, don't have anything to share on any policy changes or any policy updates for all of you, but we have to understand how this started. This started because of what happened with Roe, the Dobbs decision to overturn Roe, something that was Roe was constitutional for almost 50 years, and that got overturned. And the moment that got overturned, that day, Republicans started to work and take action. I just mentioned 380 pieces of legislation to go against difficult decisions that women need to make about their bodies, about their family, about how they're going to move forward, about the care that they need. 380 pieces of legislation across the country. That's what is happening. That's what's happening right now. And so the chaos has been started. It was started the day that happened, the day Roe was overturned. And the only way to fix this, the best way to fix this, is to restore Roe.
Thank you.